Good morning, friends. Happy Snow Day Thursday. As you can tell, I am also at my house. I was going to come in today and read you guys the story, but with the weather, of course, I will be reading it to you at my house. So we will be reading One Plastic Bag, Isatu Sise, and the Recycling Woman of Gambia by Miranda Paul, and illustrations by Elizabeth Zunon. All right. And this story is about a woman from Gambia who uses the waste in her community and uses it for something good. So let's keep that in mind while we're reading our story. Zhao Gambia Isatu walks with her chin frozen. Fat raindrops pelt her bare arms. Her face hides in the shadow of a palm leaf basket, and her neck stings with every drop. Warm scents of burning wood and bubbling peanut stew drift past. Her village is close now. She lifts her nose to catch the smell. The basket drops. One fruit tumbles, then two, then 10. The basket breaks. Isatu kicks the dirt. You can see she's not very happy about that. Her basket broke. Something silky dances past her eyes, softening her anger. It moves like a flag flapping in the wind and settles under a tamarind tree. Isatu slides the strange fabric through her fingers and discovers it can carry things inside. She gathers her fruits in the bag. The basket is useless now. She drops it, knowing it will crumble and mix back with the dirt. So you can see she found a basket floating by, and she's going to start putting her things in it because her bag made of the palm leaves broke. 4 goats greet Isatu as Mother Mbombe emerges from her kitchen hut. Hurry before the rain soaks your beautiful mbuba. Isatu scurries in, and grandmother serves spicy rice and fish. Rain drums on the creaking aluminum roof. I broke your basket, Isatu confesses. But I found this. Plastic. Mother frowns. There's more in the city. All right, so here is Isatu and grandmother Mbombe showing her what she found to keep the fruit in. Day after day, Isatu watches neighbors tote their things in bright blue or black plastic bags. Children slurp their water in wanjo from tiny holes poked in clear bags. Market trays filled minties wrapped with rainbows of plastic. The colors are beautiful, she thinks. She swings her bag high, and the handle breaks. I've done that too, I'm sure. I'm sure we all have. 1 paper escapes, then 2, then 10. Isatu shakes sand off her papers. Another plastic bag floats by, and she tucks her things inside. The torn bag is useless now. She drops it to the dirt, and as everyone does, there's nowhere else to put it. What do we think about this here? So you can see she's putting her things in one plastic bag that floats by after the one she was just using got torn up, and she just threw it to the side. We'll think about that as we go to the next page. Day after day, the bag she dropped is still there. 1 plastic bag becomes 2, then 10, then 100. Plastic isn't beautiful anymore, she thinks. Her feet step down a cleaner path and the thought floats away. Years pass and Isatu grows into a woman. She barely notices the ugliness growing around her until the ugliness finds a way to her. All right, so you can see there's a bit of a time gap here. This book is narrative nonfiction, if you haven't made that connection yet. So we start with Isatu as a little girl, and she is now grown up into a woman, and the problem that she noticed as a little girl is getting to be a bigger and bigger problem as she gets older. Isatu hears a goat crying and hurries toward grandmother's house. Why is it tied up? Where are all the other goats? Inside, the butcher is speaking in a low voice. Many goats have been eating these, he says. The bags twist around their insides, and the animals cannot survive. The 3 of your goats and so many other goats in the village have died. Mother Mbombe's shoulders sag. Isitu must be strong and do something. But what? Isitu's feet lead her to the old, ugly road. A pile of garbage stands as wide as grandmother's cooking hut. Mosquitoes swarm near dirty pools of water alongside the pile. Smoke from burning plastic stings her nose. Gross. Her feet back away. Goats scamper past. They forage through the trash for food. Her feet stop. She knows too much to ignore it now. Holding her breath, she plucks one plastic bag from the pile, then 2, then 10, then 100. So, what do we know about the dangers of just leaving trash and leaving plastic out? The book mentions what it does to animals. Let's think, as I'm turning to the next page, what can that do to other things like plants or the animals that we see around us? Because we don't have a lot of goats just walking around Fort Wayne, do we? Maybe think birds, squirrels, stuff like that. What can we do? Isitu asks her friends. Let's wash them, says Fatim, pulling out Omo soap. Maram grabs a bucket and Insha fetches water from the well. Peggy finds clothespins and they clip the washed bags on the line. As the bag dries, Isitu watches her sister crochet. Can you teach me? Wow, yes. Her sister shows Isitu the stitches and then her metal tools. Isitu's fingers busy themselves in, around, out. Jarif, thank you. So, you see here, this is Isitu in the blue and yellow, and then her sister is crocheting. All right, so what do we think? There's some sort of connection here happening between the plastic bags and her sister crocheting. What can she do? What can she do with that? Because what we know about crocheting is it's when you take a long thread and a needle. You can see the needle here. And she's going in and out and around to make different patterns to make something out of the thread. People like to crochet things like hats, scarves, things like that. Isitu finds a broomstick and carves her own tool from its wood. What's that for? Fatim asks. Isitu pauses. She and Peggy have an idea, but will their friends think it's crazy? Will the idea even work? Nervously, she explains the plan. One friend agrees to help, then 2, then 5. The women cut bags into strips and roll them into spools of plastic thread. Before long, they teach themselves how to crochet with this thread. So, what it sounds like they're doing is they're taking the plastic bags, cutting it into long strips like that, and then they're making things out of the strips. Nakaligebe, asked grandmother, how will this work? Ndanka, she answers, slow. Some people in the village laugh at us. Others call us dirty. But I believe what we are doing is good. The women crochet by candlelight away from those who mock them. So it sounds like the word is getting around about what they're doing, and people are making fun of them, but they're going to keep doing it anyways. Until one morning comes when they no longer work in secret. Fingers sore and blistered, Isitau holds the recycled purses to the city. One person laughs at her, then 2, then 10. Then one woman lays Dalasi coins on the counter, on the table. She chooses a purse and shows it to one friend, then 2, then 10. Soon everyone wants one. We can see real-life pictures of these purses. Those are the real pictures of what they look like. Isitau fills her purse with Dalasi and zips it shut and rides home to tell grandmother she has made enough to buy a new goat. When she passes by the pile of rubbish, she smiles because it is smaller now. She tells herself, one day it will be gone and my home will be beautiful. And one day, it was. So we can see Isatu and her son, who we saw earlier in the book when she first became an adult. What do you think she feels about what she's done for her community? Do you think she feels happy? Maybe she feels accomplished. Those are some words that came to my mind. So that is our story about Isatu Sise and the recycling woman of the Gambia. And thank you so much for listening to me, friends. I will see you all on Tuesday. Thank you.